been today?
How has my day been? It's been quite warm here. Very toasty, very steamy, but other than that, very good. Can't complain, living the life.
Yes, it was hot. It I hate when it gets hot after it rains, especially here because it's like the humidity is just ridiculous or what
Yes.
have you and everything. So, and and how have you, of course, weekend was this past weekend?
I'm sorry, what was that question?
No, I said, how was your past weekend?
Oh, my weekend? Yeah, no, it was great. It was great. It was pretty low key. I was pretty relaxing, but yeah, nothing too bad. Went to the gym, hung out, had some great food. Yeah, but more of like a low key kind of weekend.
Oh, no doubt, no doubt. And how often do you go to the gym, baby girl? 'Cause I see you do you do work out. I can tell by the physique.
Yeah, no, I do love going to the gym. I'm kind of an early bird. So I love to go first thing in the morning, kind of get it done and feel good for the rest of the day. I probably go, 3, 4 times a week. I'm not crazy. I'm not a gym rat. I don't live there.
Oh no, but I see you do pay attention to leg day.
Yeah, yeah.
Them calves is calving, baby. I just want to let you know.
I'm sorry, what was that?
I said them calves be calving.
Yeah, yeah.
You have some very beautiful legs and calves and everything. And do you ever run into how much attention do you get at the gym, or do they even be paying attention at the time?
No, I don't. I'm pretty dressed down. I'll call it dressed down at the gym. I'm not looking for that kind of attention. I go there to focus only on me and what I'm doing. And to be completely honest with you, I would say the times that I go to the gym, most of the people that are there are probably 30 years my senior. So
Yeah. So they be youngest. Well, them the ones that want to talk about holler at you. The youngest.
yeah, no, definitely.
I mean, you is a hot wife in the MILF.
Yeah,
On
yeah.
top of being a Queen of Spades. So now explain what is the Queen of Spades, because Hot Wife and Queen of Spades has became hot, especially this year.
Yeah, so I mean, for me, Queen of Spades is kind of one of those terms that definitely gets, tossed around a lot, especially for white women that love fucking black dick. So I mean, I think it's a pretty basic. I really have found that is really my niche. That's really what I enjoy. That's really what I seek, whether it's in content or outside of content. That's really I've kind of found what I'm looking for, and it means I don't need to look anywhere else.
So now the biggest misconception that they have about Queen of Spades is y'all will fuck any black dude. Which is not true, period. So what do you look for in a brother that turns you on, that yearns you? You know what I'm saying? That's like, yeah, I want to fuck him.
Yeah. So I mean, are you want me to talk specifically about people I create content with, or more outside of that genre?
Okay. We gonna begin first with outside the genre. We'll get to the genre in a minute, baby.
Okay.
I'm getting the crowd warmed up. This is how we get them warmed up. You feel me? Outside.
Got it. So I guess what I look for first and foremost is just like a beautiful smile. And honestly, I'm drawn to someone who can hold a conversation. Like, I really love to be able to have a basic level of conversation with somebody, find some sort of a mutual, interest other than sex, and really just kind of explore that. I just feel like it makes that connection so much better when you are enjoying each other. If you have that little bit of like, flirtatiousness ahead and a little bit of conversation and a little bit of maybe find some sort of common ground. So that's really what I look for. I don't have a specific type, like he has to be 6 feet or he has to be 25 or, I have no specific types. It's really more important about kind of feeling that vibe.
Mm-hmm. So do they have to be packing though?
They have to be what?
Packing, meaning big dick.
No. I mean, I don't ask that, and I don't go, oh, well, you have to be, 9 inches plus or something like that. I have had the most phenomenal experiences with guys that are just average. Because to me, it's so much more about that connection in the brain than anything that's going on physically.
Yeah, because I'm the kind of person too. I at least want to know your first and last name. I mean, before we fuck, because to me, the sexiest thing on a woman's body is her brain. So if I can't have a good conversation with you, the sex is not going to be great because that conversation is a foreplay, because sex begins mentally, then it moves to physical. A lot of people don't understand that.
Oh, I totally agree.
So shoot. So, and then too, also, but the reason why I brought up dick size, because one of the biggest misconceptions is that they think that a queen of spades is a size queen, that she only wants big cocks, big dicks.
Yeah, I don't think that's true. I think that's two separate things. I have met women that do say to me, I am a size queen. I am not interested in anybody that's, under a certain size, or that's really what my thing is, that what works for me. And I totally respect that. I just am not one of those people. To me, it's much more important what's going on between the two ears than what's going on in the pants.
See, and what y'all just learned is that, yes, not every female want porn dick, even though they do porn.
Yeah.
and with that being said, hello, smokers. It's time to smoke this over. Welcome to the Smokers Lounge. I am Kavanaugh, the Super Champ, aka the Porn Rap Star. Y'all know what to do. Find all my links with one link, allmylinks.com/porn rap star. 4 sponsors to tell you about. You know them, you love them. eroticismmagazine.com, blusherotica.com, the Kinky Candle Company for you people that love candles, and for your legal needs, the Queen of Law herself, Mitchell Ferrari. Hit her up, get her legal advice for a lot of things. Links in the description. Also, you can find me 5 days out the week in the mornings at fullyswapradio.com. Also, you can find me on skyhawk@adulttv.com, as well as the BGP LLC app. Now, this lady here is a queen of spades with legs that go all the way up. Complete nasty freak that probably, for what I've seen, can make men tap out with ease. She's a beast. And pretty sure that if she's not considered a porn star by now, you've been living underneath a rock. So I'm going to sit back and let this gorgeous, sexy, pog, MILF, Queen of Spades introduce herself. Tell them who you is, baby.
Hi, this is Brit Black, and I'm so happy that you invited me to join your show, and I'm excited to kind of dig into your questions.
Oh, most definitely. Because, like I said, me being in the BDSM lifestyle, I do understand the Queen of Spades, the King of Spades, and all that. And a lot of people don't understand what these terms are. They usually try to proclaim that y'all racist, y'all fetishizing black men, and all of this stuff. And it's not that deep. As people make it. So, first question. So, I take it you're a swinger.
Yes.
So, okay, I told you the great way to drug the porn, ladies and gentlemen, swinging and stuff. So, tell me about your first experiences swinging.
So my first experiences swinging were probably about 15 years ago. My husband and I decided to try that out and see how that would go for us. We definitely kind of waded in very slowly to the pool. Started off going to some clubs, some parties, still trying to figure out kind of what path we were looking for. And, definitely took our time, few giant steps forward, 1 or 2 steps back, had to figure out what worked best for us. And then we were very, really started thinking we were going to be like full swap with other couples. And so we kind of started down that path and very quickly realized that the 4-way swap is extremely difficult. And we were never able to really make it work the way that we had envisioned it working. So I would say after a few years of kind of trying that and realizing that we liked the lifestyle, we liked the swinger atmosphere, we love being in clubs, we love meeting like-minded people, but we wanted to tweak it a little bit. That wasn't quite working for us. So we started to I started to enjoy more time with single men. And then I would say probably about 5 years in, so maybe about 10 years ago, we went to our first interracial party. And this was just where the eye-opening, this was like, my husband will say, I walked away and said, okay, that's where I'm going. That's what I want. This is what I've been looking for. He says, I had this like epiphany. So, and that was kind of my first time enjoying Black men, 2 Black men at the same time. We still see them time to time, and my husband will say, "You were the guys that started it. You know, you were the beginning." And then it just kind of went from there. And I've just really, that has been the avenue or the way that we've gone. And that's really my, what I really enjoy. I really enjoy Black men.
So it's safe to say your husband is white. Am I correct?
I'm sorry, what was that?
So your husband is white, I take it?
Yes, yes.
Okay, yeah. So, which is, I'm not gonna say it's typical of Queen of Spades, because there are Queen of Spades who are actually married to Black men. Shouts out to Lady Anaconda. Period. So, what was it about Black men that hit home? And I'm pretty sure it hit home for him too. You get what I'm coming from? Because part of being a man in a swinging relationship, people, so you can understand, we enjoy watching our woman get fucked.
Yes. We
love it. Period. If he's a man like me, he see a big Black cock walk up, he smiles. So what was it about that versus, you get where I'm coming from?
Yes, yeah. So I think what it was about that first experience was just him seeing me really enjoy and really just completely focus on the scene and focus on the 2 guys that I was with, and just seeing a completely different side of me.
Damn. So he saw you had a lot of fun. And for you, of course you reach a physical orgasm, but speak to the mental orgasm, because part of this is mental also. Period. So speak to the mental orgasm that you reached that night.
Yeah. So I mean, for me, just knew that scene and that what those 2 men kind of brought to that scene was just something I had never experienced before. It's just, and people will often say to me, what is it about Black guys? And I can't put my finger on one particular thing. For me in the beginning, I would say it was more of just an attitude that they had, a confidence, a swagger, we'll call it. Just kind of coming in, and it's so great to be at events that are specifically geared for Black single guys and white couples, because everybody knows that you don't have to worry oh, what are you into? I'm into you. It's or some version of you, and you're probably into me, or some version of me. It might not be me, but it might be this lady next to me. So I love those kind of niche parties or niche events where it's you can get rid of that initial oh, are you looking for a couple? Are you looking for a single guy? Are you what are you looking for? We're all kind of looking for similar things. So
do you do meetups, meet up with guys outside the party? You know what I'm saying? Like dates or what have you?
Occasionally, we'll meet up with guys. Typically, we will meet up with guys for dates. Sometimes, if it's somebody new, they're interested in kind of getting to know us better, and maybe some sort of a long-term relationship. Then we'll meet up and kind of maybe have dinner or drinks, and then if things work out, take it to the bedroom after that. Sometimes it's a nice way to meet somebody without a lot of pressure. So I definitely do enjoy that.
Mm. So with your husband, he's, how can I put this? He's not a, okay, listen to this quick. We had this conversation. Any man that's in the swinging lifestyle is a cuck. It's just the level of cuck he is. So because your stag is technically a cuck, it's just a different type of cuck. But I digress. So is it safe to say he's a stag, he's a watcher, or does he join in from time to time?
No, he is definitely a watcher. He does not join in. And he's not I guess what you'd probably call he's not a traditional cuckold, and that he's not interested in being any part of the scene or being in any way, he doesn't want to be demeaned. It's not at all really about him at all. So he doesn't, there's really no focus. He doesn't like the focus to be on him in any way.
Yeah. I mean, no, there's certain cucks that just watch. They don't want to be, they just want to be a fly on the wall.
Yeah.
And there's cucks that, like I dealt with, that will guide your dick into their pussy and their mouth and will ask you to nut in their face.
Yeah.
So trust me, I've been on both ends of the spectrum. So now, what got you into doing adult film and creating content?
So that was a really, really interesting story. The first content creation event, I'll call it. So I was at a party and I was invited by a gentleman. He said, "Oh, we're going to this hotel. It's about 20 minutes away, and you're going to be filming a little scene, making some content. Is this something would you be interested in coming and watching? They just want to have like a lot of people, and even if you don't want to participate, that's fine. They just kind of want to have like a fun like party atmosphere, but they're going to be creating some content. Would you be interested in coming?" And I said, "Yeah, that'd be cool." And my husband, he thought that would be really cool. So we hop in a car, a few other people, we head over, we meet some awesome people, and then they start, signing paperwork. "Okay, do you want to get your license and sign this paper?" So at that point, I was kind of faced with the idea, okay, do I want to get into this? Do I want to try this? Am I having it? Like, I never really thought about it. I just was kind of like, wow, this is kind of cool. And it was actually a scene that was put together for Subgirl and Kenzie Fox. And so it was, they were the primary, the focus of the scene, but it was like a group orgy scene. And so I can be seen when they finally, finish production and put it out there. You can see me on the periphery, but I'm never like right in front of the camera. Yeah, because I was like, I don't know what I'm doing. Like, I'm just gonna be over here on the side a little bit, But it was so much fun, and it was just a great group of people. And I think just having that great group of people and meeting and talking to people and having a good time and just seeing like this is a lot like what I do in the lifestyle, but there's just somebody with a camera. But I'm still having a great time. I'm still enjoying it. I'm still getting lots out of it, and it's just. Now there's just someone with a camera there. And so it's not all that different from what I was doing kind of in swinging, but it's, in front of a camera.
Yeah, because, okay, first of all, the fact that you said Subgirl, okay, let's make this clear. She's still that unicorn I'm trying to get, ladies and gentlemen. I will get her on the Premium Smoke. I will get her, not Premium Smoke. I will get her here on the Smokers Lounge. But did you know that she was that well known in the industry?
No, because we weren't really like I said, that was really my first kind of, tiptoe in. And only after when we left that event and we kind of looked her up, because we didn't know who she was, but we knew we were waiting for her. So we knew she was kind of like, her and Kenzie were really like the stars of that shoot that day, because we were all waiting for them. Nothing was starting until they got there. So then you realize, okay, they are the stars. They are the ones that this is really based for and, being made around. So we did, kind of search her up after, and then kind of realize like, wow, this is really cool. This is someone that, she's got quite a following. She's got a huge fan base, and kind of figuring out what her whole thing is about. And I was like, wow, this is pretty cool. But going in, I had no idea.
So now after that, how did you start going about getting your talent, filming your stuff and all that good stuff?
Yeah, so kind of it started off really just kind of my husband often would film anyway, like when we were in the lifestyle, if we were meeting a guy for a date, as long as we weren't at a party and we had consent to film. So we would often film scenes anyway. They were just not for distribution. So then we started working with kind of partners that we'd already filmed with and said, hey, we're considering putting this out. You know, we might start an OnlyFans. We're kind of just going to see where it brings us. Are you comfortable? And so we would kind of just not use, but, you know, enjoy people that we knew that were willing to be on tape. And so that's kind of how it started. And then from there, we were approached by a photographer who had asked to do some pictures of me. And then he said, you know, I'd love to shoot a scene for you. And so we got with him and we did that. And that was really that was really where it took off. He did some absolutely gorgeous pictures that we started using and posting. And I think that's really what kind of turned it around for us. Just really nice pictures and, you know, really good marketing and just kind of putting myself out there and kind of saying, this is what I am. And at first I didn't have my face, like you couldn't see my face anywhere except if you bought the video. So, and then as years went by, that kind of changed and I opened up more and allowed more of myself to be seen. So
thank you for that. Because you're very beautiful, darling.
Thank you.
Body and some nice tits to go with it. And a very nice booty, I must admit.
Thank you.
So with you, so when it came to the talent, all right, because I know that how many of them actually worked out in front of the camera versus the ones that didn't?
Yeah. So when it comes to talent, I think I've been extremely lucky that I've had so many positive, great experiences. And now kind of learning and being in an area of the country now where I wasn't a few years ago, where there's many more content creators around. So I have opportunity to create content without having to travel really far. And I've had really mostly awesome experiences. Of course, every once in a while, I'll have a scene with, say, a very young content creator who's just starting out and may struggle a little bit in front of the camera. You know, they think they're ready, but they're not quite ready. Or if you go to some of these, you know, long content shoots where people are shooting for 2 or 3 days in a row, sometimes by day 3, it's hard. It's you know, the guys are like, oh gosh, I've been doing a lot of shooting. And so sometimes you got to really work for it. But other than that, I have been very lucky to have some really excellent creators to collab with. And just, I really have not had, you know, bad experiences.
And 2, I must commend you on your heel game. I love the fact. See, the smokers know how I'm about heels because, you know, I was retired. I'm retired myself. And I came from the era where girls, them heels didn't come off, ladies and gentlemen. No, you fuck them in heels. And I'm sorry they're sexy to look or what have you. It's like, to me, how much you try to capture being a sex symbol. Because for what I'm seeing with your Twitter feed and doing my research is that you're a throwback to where I came from, where the girl made sure she looked like a sex symbol. She wore the heels, the nice outfit, and stuff like that. And 2, also how much you implement the swinging lifestyle into your brand.
Yeah, so I would say, the heels are a kind of something I really enjoy wearing. I love getting dressed up and I love putting on sexy outfits. I love putting effort into the way I look. And I want to make sure that I look the best as I possibly can when I'm on camera and I'm in front of a camera. And I want to really portray that image of someone who's put in effort and is ready, it knows what she's here for, came to fuck, and is gonna, you know, look good or at least look decent doing it. The heels are funny because I am very, very short. So if you ever see me without heels on, you'll know why I wear them.
Oh, see, I'm telling you what's funny, because the way your legs is, people might be thinking that you're taller when you probably walk in the door because you got legs that go all the way up. So I know it's kind of a surprise when they see that you're short. I know I would be surprised. Oh, damn, she's short. She's fun size. Let's go.
I get that question all the time. People are like, how tall are you? Like when they see me in person and maybe I don't have heels on, or, you know, they look at me and they go, those heels are really high and you're still not very tall. Like, how tall are you? So people are always surprised to see, how short I actually am. But I have to say the heels, I have to give credit to my husband. He's always been a huge fan of heels on me, even in day-to-day life, not just for content. And he's always great at picking out some fantastic shoes for me. He actually does a better job picking out outfits and shoes for me than I do myself.
I want to applaud him. Tell your husband I said thank you for his taste. He has taste like me. I ain't even going front. Because I love the heels that like buck around the ankle. You see a lot of feet. And people don't realize that guys do look at that in the scene. And it gives a different aura in the scene than if you're barefooted.
Yes.
I always make the joke that, ladies, be butt naked in heels versus barefoot when your man come home and see the difference.
Yes, that's true. That's true. Yeah.
Period. So how much you implement your swinging lifestyle into your brand as far as filming and content like that?
How much do I bring what was that? So just say that question one more time.
Implement like on the storytelling tip or what have you, your swinging lifestyle into your brand of content.
How much of it do I bring into the content?
Yeah.
So, I mean, so much of what I learned about what people enjoy and like and what turns people on and what works for some people and not for others was from the lifestyle. So I bring that into my content creating because it's really important for me to try and present a really authentic scene. I prefer not to have fake noises, fake cum. I want it to be authentic. I want people to feel like they are like viewing what's really going on in my bedroom, that this is not acting, because I'm actually a terrible actress. So
well, shoot, because even to the point that, like, do you have like scenes that have skits and stuff like that?
Do I have what?
No, scenes that have skits that precede it, like role play.
I'm sorry, I just didn't understand the question.
No, okay then. It's like, do you ever role play in your scenes? Like,
yes. I definitely do. I definitely do, role plays. And I always joke that the scenes that have a lot of role play, like where somebody's really laid out like a really extensive role play, that I absolutely struggle. I'm like, you give me a scene and like a role you want me to play, but don't give me a script, because if you give me a script, I almost can guarantee I will not be able to stick to it. So,
the best is improv. I always did improv with the ladies I work with. I tell you this, you're supposed to be this, but I want you to play it as you would play it. Period. It's just them seeing the fantasy of you being in that character, or what type of female you are at the time and stuff like that. So, fellas, smokers, we about to have the real time for the fun, right? All right. Now, I'm pretty sure you might have done this. Do we do gangbangs?
Do I do gangbangs? Yes, absolutely. Okay. I actually have 3 gangbang trophies where I actually won gangbang contests, Queen of New York, Queen of Connecticut, and Queen of New Jersey about 3 or 4 years ago. So I went through a little bit of a gangbang run. And I was really enjoyed that experience. One of the things about gangbangs that is a lot different than other types of swinging is that you don't have as much, you're not really connecting with that person as much, say in conversation and stuff. So you are really focusing on just kind of enjoying. And I really get into a zone where I just like really love like just one after another. And then somebody comes back again and I'm like, oh, he's back. That's great. I love that. Like, I just absolutely get into a zone where I kind of really enjoy that intense fucking one guy after another until, I need to stop and take a water break, and then I come right back.
So what was the biggest number gangbang you have done?
So the most guys that I had sex with in a gangbang?
Yeah.
Yeah, probably like 22.
Okay. That's not bad.
Yeah. No,
That's
nothing
pretty strong.
crazy. No like Daytona 500 or whatever that. Nothing like that. Like a reasonable amount. But for me, it's so much more than just numbers. It really has to do with who's there, and again, that the vibe in the party and the vibe in the room, and kind of really enjoying all types of different people in one night is just so much fun.
Yeah, because any female that goes a gangbang, you really got to get off, because it's just because you got in many ways hit a mental zone. And how many orgasms do you have within a gangbang?
So what was that?
How many orgasms do you have within a gangbang?
Well, probably definitely quite a few. I mean, I would say it depends on how long the gangbang is, but probably like 10. I mean, quite a few, I'd say. Yeah, no, very, very enjoyable, really good time. Just been really enjoying the moment and enjoying the variety, and it's just like totally different from any other, scene that I do. I think gangbang kind of just holds a special place.
Oh my goodness. So do we do anal?
I'm not, anal is not really my thing. Doesn't mean I've never done it, but it's not really something that I find super enjoyable. So it's not something that I do in content. If I am going to do anal, it's typically going to be more with somebody that I can trust and I know and I've gotten to know pretty well, but definitely it's not something I've done in content yet. It doesn't mean that I won't. It just means I'm not quite there yet.
So now I'll ask you this. When you walked in, and well, actually, before I go to that question, is when did you find out you were Queen of Spades? That's the question. We'll start right there.
Yeah, so I would say once we started basing all of our parties and events solely on going to interracial events. So when we said, we no longer are really interested in going to couples events, we're no longer interested in just going to regular clubs, like pretty much we sought out only interracial parties, interracial events, interracial takeovers. Like that was really when we knew that was exclusively what we were doing. I would say that would be when we kind of realized like I would fall into that category.
Okay. So now, did you know that? Okay, I'm pretty sure you knew that interracial porn was the money making porn when you walked in. But did you know how much Queen of Spades is that popular when it comes to interracial?
Yeah, no, I don't think I did know. I mean, it's so hard because these are things that people do not talk about. So these are not things you talk about outside of a very small subset of people. So I think I think you don't really realize the enormity of it until you really are in it and you're really like watching videos and following people on Twitter and really getting, kind of deep diving into it. So I think when you're kind of starting out, you just think, you just don't know a lot of people. So you don't realize how, popular it actually is.
Yeah, because I mean, now I'm pretty sure hubby handles all the tech work and all that. So he knows numbers and stuff like that. But
yes.
I'm pretty sure he's see that when those 3 letters popped up, sales went up.
Yeah, no, I mean, those letters as well as lots of other, tags that you throw in with there. But yeah, no, definitely. Our fan base, definitely kind of, recognizes that and enjoys that title and enjoys, watching, kind of what we bring from that. So.
Yeah, because it's taboo. I tell people the key to interracial is not interracial. It's how taboo you make it. You know, period. That's one of the taboo things. So what other taboo roles you might play? Do you do the step mom, step son? Do you do any of those type, fetish, genres?
Yeah. So I do. I've done a little bit of that. The stepson scene, stepmom scene. I do. I do love a little bit of BDSM. I love to be spanked. I love to be whipped.
Oh God! Stop.
So I love to be spanked. I love when I wake up the next day and I've got a big old bruise of a handprint on my ass. Like that really works for me. I also really love, enjoying the young guys. So every once in a while, I get I get really excited when I have a young partner, whether it's either, in the lifestyle with swinging, or it's a content creator who's really young, because that really, I feel like, oh my gosh, I can't believe they want to be with me. I still can't believe it sometimes. So,
all right. Some people, see, my smokers know. This the moment where I say my favorite phrase. This is the time I hate I'm retired. Because I'm a dom too. And she's talking to my right now. I have a print right now. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Yep.
A print in khakis, thanks to her. Thank you. So now speaking about that, because two things I want to touch on. One, did you did you not realize that this is the era of the MILF?
The era of the MILF? Is that what you said?
Yes, they want older women. They want women with seasoning. And I'm gonna ask you a question. Do you feel more in your prime now than when you was in your 20s?
Oh, absolutely. Oh, absolutely. So much freedom now, so much I carry around so much less baggage. I enjoy being nude. I enjoy putting on little skimpy outfits. Back in my 20s, I would have never had the confidence that I have now to go into a nude beach, to walk down the street in something skimpy, to show up to a party, wearing nothing but a G-string and pasties, I just wouldn't have had it. So it's that confidence that really has come to me, I would say, in the last 10 to 15 years, that really has opened up so many possibilities for me. I wasn't ready. I wouldn't have been ready in my 20s to enjoy what I'm enjoying now. And man, am I enjoying it.
Now, also the other part of this is, see, okay. Yeah, we about to really have some fun here. All right. How much did you have to learn mastering of filming, being in front of the camera? The reason why I'm asking you this, because people, as much as we know your sex is real, it's still measured. It's still angles. It's you and the male talent, the chemistry, y'all working the camera. You're actually making love to the camera just as much as you're making love to him. So how much did you had to, train yourself to work the camera?
Oh, I think I'm still working on that. I think that is definitely an area I still focus on, because I tend to find myself so caught up in my partner and so caught up in just enjoying myself and just loving it that sometimes I forget the camera's there. And so I do sometimes have to remember that I am filming this for other people to enjoy. It's not just for me. So I do sometimes have to be reminded that there is a camera and you need to look at this camera and people want to see, certain things. And so I've been so lucky to film with so many experienced content creators that they can kind of mold me. They're good at hitting, the right angles and kind of knowing, how to position me and what people want to see, because sometimes I honestly just get lost in just loving the moment.
Yeah, because people don't realize it's like, sometimes girls don't orgasm during the scene because they still have to focus and think, because they have to pay attention there's a camera there, and they have to remember there's a camera. And plus, some of the positions that we try to attempt are not the most comfortable sometimes.
That's true. That's true.
I'm sorry, God dang it. Nothing like trying to angle yourself and you trying to get the side dick in the pussy action. That's a lot of that's a lot of work.
Yeah.
So now also with that, because I know you have worked with established talent. And what I mean by established talent, these are guys that been nominated, work with companies and stuff like that. Cause I see it down on your feed, what have you. How much is it different working with them versus just working with the average content creator?
I would say one of the things that I've noticed most with working with more established, creators and people that have maybe done some, shot with some of the bigger companies is they definitely are more aware of the time. So they almost have like this natural clock in their head where they know when they've reached like a certain, number of minutes for a shoot. So they'll like, say, hey, that's at about they kind of know exactly when they've hit like 30 minutes or 20 minutes. And so that's always really cool because again, sometimes I've lost all sense of time because I'm just having a good time. Um, and I would say another thing is just the overall professionalism that comes with someone who's been doing this a long time and who's well established. Just being turning up on time, showing up ready to go. If they make a commitment, they show up. They don't cancel on you, and just knowing, understanding that for some of the people that I create with, that is their livelihood. That is their only income stream. So they take it very seriously, like a business, as opposed to sometimes people that are just dabbling, aren't really taking it as seriously. So I think when you start to film with some of the more established and well-known, people or people that have been around for a while, you can kind of see that professionalism come through.
Oh yeah, oh yeah. So now, of course, y'all in the swinging lifestyle. Y'all go
Yeah.
to swing clubs, have dates with bulls. Now that y'all in the industry, because if I'm correct, y'all do TTS and the whole nine. How has it made your personal sex life adjust?
Yeah, so definitely since I've started creating content, I've become much more strict, sadly, with my swinging lifestyle as far as who I'm going to have sex with. Obviously, if I don't have any testing from them, it's going to 100% be a condom all the time.
Yeah.
So before I was creating content, I was not quite as big of a stickler on that. But now that I realize that this is part of, how I make a living and this is a business, this is something that I need to take very seriously, not only for my own health, but for the health of everybody that I am filming with. So I get tested regularly. And if I am having sex outside of content, that person either has to be tested as well, and I have to verify results, or it's going to be a condom. So those are the only two options. There's no other option.
So, and the good thing is, like I said, you live in an area where there's plenty of talent to work with, because a lot of ladies is not that lucky, what have you. So, any plans for any of the exoticas or any of the conventions?
Yeah, so we did go to our first Exotica down in Miami recently. That was really interesting. It was something we had never gone to before. It was a really good way to meet other content creators. We actually stayed in a house with a bunch of other content creators that we've become, that we've not made friends with, over the years. And so we all stayed together in an Airbnb. It was a great combination of fun, enjoying each other, having sex, playing card games, having a great time, but then also going to the event and then doing, some networking and kind of seeing what that's all about. So, it was really cool. It was the first one we'd gone to. We definitely will probably go to some more in the future. So that was definitely just we just wanted to check it out and see what it was all about.
Oh, most definitely. Trust me. If you want to rub elbows with the big dogs, you got to go where they at. You know what I'm saying? I was always taught that, period. I've been to the Exotic in New Jersey, the one in Miami. I hope to make it to Chicago one day. So,
yeah.
I had fun at both. You know what I'm saying? Got soaked up a lot of knowledge that really helped me in the game or what have you and everything. So, with you, because like I said, how many years you been doing this so far?
So how many years have I been creating content?
Yes.
So since about 2019, but really more seriously in the last year, like definitely dedicating more time to it in the last year than I was in previous years. It was more spotty. But now the last year I've really been putting a lot more focus, putting a lot more time into it and really, really enjoying it.
So now, what other ways do you generate income within the business? Because of course there's content, but then there's other things such, webcamming, customs, and so forth.
Yeah, so I sell items, so I'll sell things like panties or shoes from a scene. You know, people love to buy things that they saw you film in. So I do a lot. I do a lot with that. Sometimes do some, some chatting with fans. I haven't, crossed over into webcamming yet. I've done a few. I've done like this one like live feed on OnlyFans with Bella Bear, and that was absolutely hilarious and so much fun because I wasn't expecting to do it. It was just something that was sprung on me, and I was like, "Oh my gosh, this is so funny!" It was great. We had such a good time. We just enjoyed. It was just like it was just a few girls and a guy just like hanging out. So it was very casual. It was very fun, very natural. So I really enjoyed that. But mostly, just filming content, putting it out on a few different platforms. Again, selling some items and some, chatting with fans. But other than that, I haven't really expanded too much beyond that.
Yeah. Well, I mean, shoot, it's a marathon, not a sprint anyway. I tell females, find what you're comfortable in doing that you can be passionate about within the business, and you do that to make money. If you're one that got personality, you don't mind being in front of the camera talking live to people, and even though they're not tipping just yet, then hey, you know what I'm saying? Because girls make money with webcam, and girls make money with customs. I'm surprised you ain't got some custom orders.
Yeah.
To be honest with you, so how often do you film to keep up with updates?
How often am I filming, did you say?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so it really depends. There's certain weeks where I'll film multiple times a week. A lot of it has to do with testing. So as I have a testing schedule, and then I'll film, right when I'm freshly tested, and then sometimes I'll take a few weeks off where I'm not tested and I'm not filming. So it really just depends. It really depends from time to time. I'll sometimes take 2 weeks off because I have maybe other commitments, stuff with family or things going on, but most of the time I'm filming at least once or twice a week.
No, that's not bad. That's not bad. So that means you got stuff. You got stuff in the tuck.
Yeah.
You got stuff in the tuck waiting to be released. So now with filming and chasing his career, can be stressful for people. Period. So for you, like, what is when it comes time for you to do a shoot? What is your mental prep? Because a lot of people, I have someone ask, why do porn star have a mental prep? You have a mental prep because, once again, this ain't just sex. It's we in front of the camera. It's sometimes timed. Also, it might be a scene you have to do. Just to get your mind right, to get into that frame of mind, and that good frame of mind for you to do your shoot, to get that good energy.
Yeah, so for me, it's definitely a separation between my content creating and the rest of my life. So I have a lot of, like, I'll call them boxes. So when I'm in that content creating box, it's almost a version of me that you wouldn't recognize the rest of the time. So I definitely make sure, one of the things I do to like mentally prep is, one, make sure I'm well rested, make sure that I've adequately hydrated, that I'm not like starving, I'm not hungry, I'm not hungover. Like, I really put a lot of effort into making sure that I'm bringing the best version of myself to that content shoot. And I'm not there to, drink too much or smoke, or like, I'm there to do a job and to have a good time doing that job, but also present the best version of myself. So I like to put myself in that mindset to make sure that I am prepared. I have, slept. I've got, my skin looks okay. My hair is done. My nails are done. I've got the right outfit going. Those things are all kind of part of my prep to be able to bring that best version of myself.
See, there you go, people. Y'all heard it. So I've been able to held this lady up here long enough, but I got to ask Miss Black the $1 million question. So Miss Brit Black, can I call you a smoke buddy?
Smoke buddy? What do you mean?
Smoke buddy means that you're a friend of the show and we
Oh,
want you back.
of course. Yeah. I'm sorry.
Yeah. Yeah, no, you ain't the only person. Another person like, well, what is a smoke buddy? I don't know it's a friend of the show. I know not everybody smoke weed or even smoke a all.
Yeah. Yeah. No, definitely a friend of the show.
Most definitely. So y'all heard it. We're gonna bring her back to the Smokers Lounge and we're gonna get her to come to the premium smoke room, people. Y'all know what it is. Only on Loyal Fans. 5 premium podcasts for you to enjoy. 4 sexy hostesses that you're going to fall in love with. And you know what happens in the premium smoke room. It gets more candid, it gets more provocative, it gets more crazy, it gets more wild, it gets more unpredictable. The conversation gets saucy. The tits might pop out. Dildos might pop out. You don't know unless you subscribe. Right now, 55% off to the end of the year. After that, y'all got to pay that first month full price. I'm sorry, people. Can't have it discounted all the time. And for you people that like Triple X, I got some of my scenes over there in the Triple X video store, so you can see what I did for my 15 years in the business. You feel what I'm saying? And for my Spotify users, I got something for you also. Savage Smoke, where by the time this drop, it probably gonna be some heat in there. Trust and believe. I talk to the industry top men in the business, and we give you that smoke from a male's perspective. Plus, over 300 episodes ranging from limited podcast series that I did in the past, the Premium Smoke podcast episodes that are not on Loyal Fans, as well as some other special stuff. But you got to subscribe to find out. So there's 2 ways to get special content from the Smokers Lounge. So with that being said, Miss Brit Black.
Yes.
Black, can you tell everybody where they can spend their money on you, baby?
Yeah, so you can find me on OnlyFans, also on ManyVids and Loyal Fans as well.
Yes, most definitely. So y'all go spend that money on this sexy, gorgeous Queen of Spades. And like I said, it's a lot that we ain't even talk about. You feel me? So what did we learn? Well, Queen of Spades is a lifestyle. It's more than just a choice. You feel me? And it's not racist. It doesn't mean that she fetishized black men. Even though we're in the business where we supposed to be fetishized black men. But I digress. You feel me? And that she loved gangbangs. So, with that being said, you know how we end these shows all day, every day. Life is a learning experience. What's the point of the experience? If you haven't learned anything, smoke this over. Say goodbye to the smokers, Miss Black.
Oh, thank you to everybody for listening, and thank you so much for having me. It was really fun.
No doubt. We are.